Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some more beta Minecraft. I want to start this episode by saying thank you. Last episode reached way more people than I thought it would. I didn't think it would get more views than the first, let alone crack triple digits, so that's crazy. It also got me 20 more subscribers, and I'm pretty sure most of the subscribers on this channel either are bots or haven't clicked on it in years. So the fact that 20 people with one upload decided it was worth sticking around to see what I post next is just crazy to me. I also want to personally thank everybody who left feedback. I remember the night it went up, I spent a good 10 to 15 minutes in bed responding to comments while my girlfriend was on TikTok, and it was quite nice. To those of you who did enjoy the last video, I regret to inform you that we got a shorter episode in store for you today. At the time of recording, it is currently the week of Thanksgiving, which means I've been very busy. And today is probably going to be the only day I have to record. So in the interest of getting this video out on Monday, we're going to be sticking to a simpler build. It's going to be a bit of a companion piece to last episode's, the mine. I need somewhere to smelt all my ore. So I decided it would be nice to build a forge. Now, I understand forges historically have not been used for processing ore, they're for metalworking, but I didn't think it'd be very practical to build an entire refinery just to house like a wall of furnaces. So I think it could be cool. However, I was looking at images of forges, and they're quite sparse. The one thing, or I guess the things they all had in common were a furnace, like a little fire pit for heating the metal, an anvil, a grindstone, and I guess just tools, which is going to be kind of hard to replicate with such a limited block palette. If it were current Minecraft, the anvil and grindstones wouldn't have been a problem. But, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. We'll just see what we can do. I'm just like terraforming real quick, clearing space. Speaking of which, I don't know if you've noticed, but in the first episode, that mountain, or I guess that hill, was a bit taller and less flat. I did have an hour to kill on Thanksgiving before I had to go to dinner, and I spent that leveling it out, because that's going to be the site of our next build, hopefully next episode, if I can get it finished. I need something to build with. Yeah, but I have a pretty good vision in mind. It's just getting the terrain to cooperate has been a bit difficult. I want it to be slightly raised on one side. I still want it to be a hill, just not as like pointed, you know? Anyways, I want the forge to be kind of like a T shape. Let me see. I don't know. I haven't got like the dimensions like planned out. Just like the general shape. Let me see. I do want it to be close to the mine, but not like too close, mind you. Okay, it's gonna have to be like an even width. Okay, so this is kind of the shape I'm going for. Let me just get like a quick like aerial view. I want it to be like sort of T-shaped with like an open like entrance. It's not going to be made out of cobblestone completely. I do want to use more varied blocks. We could kind of get away with using so much wood and stone in the previous two builds because, you know, it's just a mine and a house. They're kind of like the most basic blocks. I think I want to move this just a little bit. It's still a little bit too close. But I plan on incorporating bricks somehow. It's a block I've never built with, and I think it could look quite nice for like a chimney, like a little fireplace. So we'll try to like squeeze that in somewhere. Okay, so this is going to be the fireplace, the little fire pit with like the coals. And I do want netherrack for this build. Which means we're going to have to go to the nether, which is something I've been putting off for some time now. Mainly because I want to give it its own episode. I do have something in store for the nether that I want to build. But we can just hop in real quick and grab some netherrack. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. Oh, also, I got the tracks set up. finally. This is just a temporary like little stop so that it doesn't go flying off the rails. I'm gonna fix that later. Yeah, but I had just barely enough gold to make enough tracks to get up. I originally had the powered rails spaced out 2 blocks apart, and it was just a bit too far. It made it up, but it was very slow and inconvenient. Hello, slime. We do have slimes down here. I don't know if I showed this off, but I had one suffocate in one of the tunnels. So that's cool. We're in a slime chunk. Let's get some obsidian. I don't know if they made obsidian easier to break in the future, in future versions, but it definitely feels way slower. I don't remember it taking this long. I don't know if I want 10 blocks or 12. I don't know if I want the corner pieces on my portal or if I want to change them out for something else. All right, we got 10 blocks of obsidian because that's all I could be bothered to gather. Let's go set this up. I know exactly where I want to build this portal. Sun's getting real low. We haven't actually been up this way since episode 1 about 2 weeks ago. But I do want to build it at the top of this mountain. I think it could look really cool on the cliffside. All right, look at that view. It's kind of jarring how the world just cuts off. I can't increase the render distance any further. But yeah, just take it in. I originally thought that was a ocean, but it's actually just a big lake. I was thinking maybe we could connect that lake to the ocean via canal later on. But I definitely want to utilize both of them. We'll see. I was thinking we could build like a temple up here, but for right now, it doesn't really matter. Let's just throw it up. All right, I forgot to bring a flint and steel, so we're just gonna throw this up real quick and then head back down. All right, this is the side of our nether portal. Like I said, I do have plans for building in the nether. But I'll be happy wherever we end up, as long as it's not inside of a wall or above a giant pool of lava. Okay. No, this is good. This could be worse. Let's light this up and then set about blocking it off so we don't get fireballed. So there's actually no nether fortresses. Ooh, there's a ghast. See him already. There's no nether fortresses. All there really is to collect in here is glowstone and netherrack. I guess also soul sand if you're a weirdo and want to walk slow. But for our purposes, we don't really need any of that stuff. Okay, there we go. That's gonna have to do for now as far as fortifications go, but I already have way more netherrack than I need, but I still want to get some glowstone while we're here. Man, it is dark. Hey! Nice! I can't believe I hit that. I'm kind of worried. I know there's a version of Minecraft where pigmen will become hostile if they get hit by a gas fireball. Come on, buddy. Come on. God damn, how long does it take to kill this guy? Jesus, they have a lot of health. 40 blocks of glowstone isn't bad. I'm quite happy with that. We can come back later. Not the end of the world. Alright, we've made it back safe and sound. We have 40 glowstone, 26 netherrack. Way more than we need. Now, next up, all we need is bricks. And to get bricks, we need clay. And quite a lot, because it takes a lot of clay to make just one block of bricks. So, let's go exploring. I want to get a closer look at this body of water we were looking at earlier. Let's see. I'm tempted to like build like an island out in the middle of the water. For what? I don't know, but I think it could look cool. Just like a random ass island. Maybe put some like buried treasure or some shit. It'd be nice. Man, I never knew how much I took the spawn rate of clay for granted. Am I gonna get any in this like gravel patch? Alright, we've been out here for almost a whole in-game day, and this is all I have to show for it. Yeah, it's enough for like a stack of bricks, which I'm hoping is enough. Again, I'm not using it for the whole build, just for a chimney. But we'll see. There's our portal. Doesn't look too bad up there on its own. Like I said, we're gonna build up there later, but right now it's just an obelisk. It looks pretty cool, I think. Alright, I guess first things first is let's get these furnaces to work. We got 16 furnaces on either side, so we're just gonna throw in if we have 4 stacks divided by 16 furnaces. 4? I don't fucking know. You know, it's arguably more efficient to smelt the ores down here and then send up the processed materials, but I also need furnaces on the surface. So I feel this is a worthy investment. I also want natural light filtering in, so I'm going to leave these gaps and fill them in with slabs. I think that could look quite nice. I really don't like that you can't stack fences on top of other fences. You have to build... You gotta start at the top and then work your way down, which is just super inconvenient. Okay, so far it's not looking like much, especially from the outside, but I'm just really hoping I can turn this thing around. Gotta trust the vision. I think it'll look a lot better with a roof on top. Okay, so here's something I've been toying around with. There's no corner stair blocks in beta Minecraft. Those were introduced way later. But I did put a regular oak plank block in the corner where a corner stair would go. And I gotta say, that doesn't look too bad. I think we can, like, make a half-decent roof out of this. Fuck. No. Why? Why did that happen? Why? Oh, you're joking. Hello? I swear, I have like the worst luck with fire in Minecraft. Oh, this is so not cool. What if I replace... Why? Why are you burning? Why? She's still burning. The hell is your problem? Okay, so this is what we're looking at. Not quite a finished product, but I'm happy with how it's going. I really like how the roof turned out. You know, working with the limitations of not having corner blocks and beta Minecraft's awkward fence posts. Yeah, but I don't think it looks too bad. We come inside. I don't care for the door being flush with the ceiling, but I can live with it. We got the little window slits, which I'm not sure if I like being 4 blocks wide. I might make it like I might put like a little gap in the middle there, just so it's not as much light coming through. But yeah, just a little simple stone building. I really like the effect of the chimney being inside the wall. I think it looks quite nice while not being like too big. Like it takes up like just the right amount of space. I don't know how to describe it, but looks good. I did have some trouble with the chimney though. Yeah, it's a bit chunky. And that's because the wooden stair blocks kept catching fire. And I don't know if stairs are flammable. I imagine they are. But I believe there was a version before this where they weren't. So just to be on the safe side, I replaced them with brick blocks. Because I'm really scared that I'm going to come back and this building's just going to be bald. Really simple chimney. I just capped it off with like stone slabs to give like the I don't know what you call that. Like it's just like a little pipe, like a you know like they have like on top of buildings, right? You've seen a chimney before. But I think that reads as a chimney, so I'm happy with it. Next up, how can I improve this? I wonder. I don't know how I feel about the overhang. I think it's a little bit too wide, but I think it would look worse without it, so I'm just going to leave it as is. I was wondering if I should put some logs in the corners so it's not just a stone cube. Alrighty, I just threw down some grass real quick, just to give it the space a sense of being lived in, and I think it looks quite nice. It looks like we got ourselves a little cozy little homestead. That I'm really liking how it's turning out. Let's get a quick bar shot. That looks gorgeous. A lot of dead space around the perimeter, but so far I'm really liking how this is turning out. I think it looks quite nice, and I'm really excited to be playing on this world. If you're enjoying this series too, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm sorry again for the short video, but I didn't have a lot of time to record. And, yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. I hope you all have a good day.